quick and easy design hacks for Google Slides.
What additional design apps are you using for your presentations? When we undertake our learning needs user surveys with our clients, we often find that across the organisation, and indeed across teams, many individuals are using different design softwares. In a former lifetime, I myself insisted upon using different design software as I felt the formatting was easier, but find that the review and edit process was painful and ungainly, having to move between the slide deck and the design software. In addition, I discovered that much of the functionality I was looking for already existed in Google Slides. I just hadn't found it yet. So, today here are some quick and easy design hacks in Google Slides.
One-click spacing. Using the distribute function, we can space out all of our objects on a slide in one click. The distribute function will allow for vertical and for horizontal spacing. I'm adding client logos to my presentation. I can space them out with the mouse. If I highlight all the logos and access the Arrange menu, I can hover over the distribute function and select the perspective.
Quickly achieving an even distribution.
Cropping to shapes. The big function that I used to reach to design apps for was the ability to crop an image into a shape. The mask image function in Google Sheets is a real discovery. Here is my team intro slide. I have circular photos from all of the team except for Chimamanda. I'm going to use the mask image function to crop her into a circle. Select the image and click the arrow beside the crop icon. You will notice the pop-out menu looks like the Insert Shapes menu. Here you can choose from shapes, arrows, callouts, or equations. I can choose the circle and the image is now cropped into a circle. Notice the circle fits to the edges of the image I've given it. If I double-click the image, I can access the crop. The image becomes outlined in the black crop outline and the crop icon will be highlighted. I can now use the cursor to move the edges to fit in the picture. I can also move the image with the move cursor. Custom resizing. One of the biggest time stealers for me is the resizing of images for uniformity. I was dragging shapes on top of each other and resizing to the bottom image. This is time consuming and incredibly inaccurate. Get speedy uniformity of size using format options. Highlight the image and select format options. In the size and rotation menu, add a custom width and a custom height. This is also a really quick way to ensure that your circle is perfectly round. With the format pop-out open, you can quickly jump from one image to another and update the size.
Aligning vertically and horizontally. Sheets will always try to be helpful by providing spacing indicators to show when an object is aligned to another. But if you have a large number of objects, or if you have to squeeze in an additional object at last minute, making this spacing by hand can take too long. Quick alignment functionality is available in two spaces within slides. Firstly, highlight the objects that you wish to align and access the Arrange menu. Here you will find the Align function in both the vertical and horizontal. Alternatively, right-click on the highlighted options and the Arrange panel can be found bottom middle. Hover over these for the specific functionality. You can also see here the Distribute function is appearing. For this example, I'm going to align on the middle vertical. Group objects. This is a more commonly known function, but one I often forget at my peril. Once you have distributed and aligned all your objects, ensure to group them. Highlight the relevant configuration. I could group the image, name and title individually, or, as I will do for this example, I can group them all together as one. Right-click and select Group. Now I can lift all the objects and move these around the slide without messing up any alignment. Right-click again to select the Ungroup option. View and add guidelines. We mentioned before how slides will give spacing indicators on the slide you're working on. Whilst these are useful, I do find that they are lacking when I'm working with the flow from one slide to the next and beyond. This is where guidelines can help save your time and a little of your sanity. I have 2 slides with bullet points and I want them to line up correctly so that the text doesn't jump around as I move from one slide to the next. From the View menu, hover over Guides to access the Guides menu and click Show Guides. A vertical and a horizontal guideline will appear centrally on the slide. Hover over the guideline until the vertical split cursor appears. You can then move this to the edge of the text. Now, using the horizontal split cursor, move the horizontal guideline to the top of the text. Now, when I move to the next slide, I can realign the text to the guidelines. You can see here that the text will not jump when it is correctly aligned. Now, in some cases, you may need more than one perspective guideline. In this slide, I need to align text and an image. So I have moved the guides to the top of the image and the edge of the text, but I now need to insert more guidelines. From the View menu, hover over Guides and select Add Vertical Guide. I'm now going to move this to the edge of the image, and I will repeat adding as many guides as I feel I need for this particular slide. Now, on the following slide, I can very quickly align the text and the image and even resize the image, as you can see. And the perfectionist in me will use this throughout the slide deck to ensure uniform left margin on text in each slide. So next time you're planning a slide deck delivery, try out our quick and easy hacks. Access one-click spacing with the distribute function, crop images into a shape with the mask image crop function, quickly resize images from the format options menu, use the arrange menu to access alignment options, objects together using the group function, and create slide uniformity using guides. I hope you enjoyed this week's tech tips, and until next week, see you then.